it's a scam. Like, please don't apply.
We have a special guest. She was romance scammed a couple years back. That made her aware that if she could be scammed, other people could also be scammed. You'll learn from this interview with Darlene that not everybody is honest. Hello and welcome to Coffee Connections podcast. My name is Cindy Chase and I'm happy that you're here with us again this week. We have a special guest. Her name is Darlene Petrie. Her company is called Scam Prevention International. She got into scam prevention by being romance scammed. She was romance scammed a couple years back, and that made her aware of the need to have scam prevention news, scam prevention information. That made her aware that if she could be scammed, other people could also be scammed. So Darlene is a friend of mine. She lives in Calgary, Alberta. And every once in a while, we get together, whether it's in person or on Zoom, and she'll update us on the most recent scams so that we can be forewarned. Forewarned is forearmed. So that's what we're going to talk about today with Darlene. Speaking of being scammed, I have a little story to tell you, and I use Wix for my websites for both coffeeconnectionspodcast.com as well as for my graphic design company mastergraphics.ca. And I got an email to my master graphic. Actually, I got a chat. Somebody contacted me. A fellow named Eugene contacted me through my Wix chat on my Master Graphics website, and they said, "Hey, can you contact me ASAP?" And he put his email address. And so, me thinking it might be business for myself, I sent him an email the next day. And as you can see in this email here that I got from him, he is offering to help me build my business somehow, and he claims to be connected with Wix and approved by Wix. And so me being aware of scams because of my friend Darlene from Scam Prevention International, I've always actually been a little bit leery about scams, and I consider myself I always say that I should be an investigator because I can search people online, I can search information online and find out whether it's legit or not. So what I did is I looked at the address that this Eugene sent me the email from, and it looked like it was from a website. So I went to that website, and right along the bottom of the website, it in bold letters actually, it said we are not associated with Wix. And so that was a red flag actually. But I was on chat with I was on with tech support with Wix for something that I was building on one of my websites. And so I asked, where do I send this information? So there's often a place that you can send information to find out whether that is a legit person, a legit company, or a legit email address, or a legit, business opportunity. So be forewarned. Always double check to make sure that the person that you're about to deal with, or send money to, or give your credit card information, make sure that it's a legit operation, because you'll learn from this interview with Darlene that not everybody is honest.
Hey there, it's Cece. Did you know we have a Coffee Connections monthly newsletter? It's packed with insights, tips, and special offers from our amazing tribe members. the business owners and experts who've been featured on our podcast. Stay inspired, discover new opportunities, and make valuable connections right from your inbox. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description below to subscribe and be part of our growing community.
Hi, welcome to Coffee Connections podcast. My name is Cindy Chase. Today we are welcoming Darlene Petrie from Scam Prevention International. Welcome, Darlene. What have you got for us today?
Okay, yes. It's that time of year, people looking for jobs. They want to get more money. They need the funds, or they're looking for temporary employment. So I thought today I would do job scams. But often what comes along with job scams when you're looking for jobs is money laundering. So money laundering and job scams, they often go hand in hand.
Do you have any examples of a job scam?
I have a story for you. It's Sarah, and she was looking for a job in financial management. And she was looking for something where she could work from home, make a decent salary. And she came across an ad that said financial manager position. And she thought, well, I qualify for that. I'm just graduated from university, but, I have business admin, and I did some work during school break. So when she spotted the listing, she thought that the description was her ideal dream job. So she applied for it, and it did offer her the opportunity of flexible working from home and did promise her a good salary. And she was to be paid at the end of each month.
Were there any red flags that she was aware of?
So initially, everything seemed legit, and the company gave her onboarded her a lot like a company would. The company gave her detailed instructions and support. And I know we had talked before about when people have jobs online, and one of the signs is that they ask for a fee up front, but they didn't ask her for that.
Did she suspect anything unusual was going on?
In all, looking at this, everything seemed legit.
Right.
But after a few weeks, Sarah noticed that transactions usually involved large sums of money from multiple sources. And unknown to her, these were from illegal activities, and they were, cleverly disguised by the scammer to appear legitimate. And so she was transferring money back and forth to different banks and to different people, paying them for what she believed was different services.
What about these large amounts of money? Did she have any idea where they were coming from? Wouldn't that be on the transaction?
Unfortunately for Sarah, she received a visit from the authorities informing her that she had been involved in money laundering scheme. To her, it was unknowingly involved. She had no idea. She didn't have that sixth sense, no gut feeling, nothing like that. And to say the least, she was shocked and very terrified. Sarah is now facing legal charges.
Wow. So then what happened?
We don't know what will happen. Like I say, praise God that Sarah did keep all of the transactions that she made from the time she applied for the position to now. So she has a lawyer and
So did Sarah get charged by the police, even though she wasn't aware of what was going on?
her lawyer believes that she won't be convicted and that the charges will be dropped. But still, her name is out there.
So what happened to the people that hired her?
They're really hard to, they don't usually charged with anything because they're overseas. You don't know where they're operating from. So, She was informed that her dream job was a scam and that it was
Right.
designed to exploit her into money laundering.
Didn't she have any record of where the money was coming from?
We didn't really know where it was coming from.
Can you tell us how this scam works, Darlene?
Scammers craft convincing job postings and offers, usually, in this particular case, financial manager or similar roles. And then they offer, to give you a good, usually, an extravagant salary, and they apply benefits, and they often have you work from home. And I see those often. I see those all the time. In fact, I have a friend who almost fell for it, who, he sent me this information, and I'm like, it's a scam. Like, please don't apply. So, and thank goodness that didn't happen. So, once the person accepts the job, the responsibilities typically will include transferring funds between various accounts, processing payments, and even purchasing high-value items. And sometimes these items are shipped to their home, and then those items need to be shipped to somewhere else. And so these transactions are all part of the scammer's tactics to launder.
Right. So when these large ticket items got delivered to Sarah's place and then she forwarded them to another location overseas, doesn't that put the onus on her? Like, isn't that where the paper trail would be? Wouldn't that make her responsible for that transaction?
Yeah, you're the one that has the trail, they don't. So they're basically moving funds, illegal activities into legitimate financial systems without raising suspicions.
Wow, that's scary, Darlene. Is there any way you can spot a scam before it even happens to you?
It's that too good to be true. If the offer promises, extraordinarily high pay for minimal effort, that's got to be a red flag. Lack of verification. So because Sarah was fairly new to the workforce, other than, working summer jobs and stuff like that, with legitimate companies, they usually conduct thorough interviews and background checks. Often scammers will skip this step.
So when a person is looking at the job description, is there any, way you can tell whether that's a legit job or whether it's a scam?
The job description, was fairly vague. Like, it was, the job description itself. There's there's the job when you're posting it, not a page. Well, her job description was a page. It didn't have a lot of criteria in it for her. So be cautious of jobs that don't have a clear defined role. And although this wasn't her, do be careful of unsolicited offers.
What does that mean, Darlene? Unsolicited job offer?
Receiving an offer. Like, I get texts all the time asking me if I want a job, working from home, and don't receive any of those job offers that you didn't apply for.
Yeah, it's like they appeal to your vanity. They offer you a job and make you feel really special. Hey? Like, whoever does that? Nobody comes up to me and says, "Cindy, have I got a deal for you?" Never.
Again, it's that pressure to act quickly. If you start this job right away, we need somebody urgently. In this particular case, not always, but they may create a sense of urgency to prevent you from doing what you need to be doing.
Darlene, do you have any advice for us to help us avoid a scam like this?
Research the company, verify the legitimacy of the company by check for their official website. Contact the company directly from information used from another source, not the information that they gave you. Ask questions, and verify the employer, and use trusted job portals that that are legit. And then if you are scammed, cease communication immediately, report it, monitor your accounts, And I always say seek legal advice in case they do come back and find a way into any of your accounts.
Well, thank you, Darlene, for sharing this job scam and money laundering operation to us. I'm sure it's always evolving, and being forewarned is forearmed, like we said earlier. So thank you so much.
Please share this information far and wide.
Well, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope that you do. Just click that button, like and share, and let us know if you've been scammed and what you did about it. Share it in the comments so that people that are watching this and reading the comments, they can be forewarned as well. Or maybe they were scammed just like you were, and then we can, make the public aware. Okay, folks, come back next week. If you have anybody that you think should be interviewed, send them to our website.